going to talk to us for around 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you do AngryKatze. Thanks.
So, a new company based in Berlin, called AngryKatze, and we are doing, of course, some web application, but specialized in data visualization. And we are competing tomorrow, not tomorrow, in today's in Paris. So the name of this, so I will present you a new application we made recently for French clients. So that's why this is the name of the application. So it means like who benefits to this thing, the French word called péréquation. I will explain you what it is. So it's a collaborative work with AngryKatze. She's a French journalist, and she will go to the competition as well. So she's a data journalist, and she was project manager on this project as well. We had a designer, Marion Boucharla, and AngryKatze for developing the project. So, péréquation. So, it's a French word. The purpose of péréquation is to redistribute money between different territorial entities, like region, and then we have like sub-region and everything, to kind of make up the resource inequalities, because there is like rich region, poor region, and we try to make it balance. So the classic assumption to the system is we think like rich region will always give money, to poor region we will receive money. So to make up these inequalities. And so with this application we are trying to confirm if this assumption is right or not. Next slide. So basically to do this we need 3 pieces of information. So first we need to know which region give or receive money, and how much money do they receive or give. Then we have like this current status. And then to confirm this assumption, we need as well to know how rich are the region, and then compare if more rich they are, the more rich, the more money they will give the opposite. So first, to do this, we have to find the data, and as we said, like the open data is like it's beginning of the movement in France, but it's still not that easy. And for example, to get all this data, which should be public, it was not that easy, because we had to scrap some data on the public website. So everything was on the HTML pages, but like no CSV file or something like it. We had to extract some tables from PDF, and we even had to buy some data from the government. Then it wasn't easy because the data are not unified. So for example, the name of the cities are not exactly the same in every file. So we use Google Fusion to try to refine everything, and then we could merge all the data. And we had to check all the data because everything was not perfect. So it's quite important, because you don't want people to find all the problems in the data. Then there's a bad reputation for this application. So so we tried to find a way to present how we could present data to make something like easily and clear. So the first but easiest way to do it was because we had 2 information. We want to compare how rich are the region and how much money they will give or receive. So we saw doing a graphics, a classic one with 2 axes, and then to display a dot on it. So for example, if the assumption was right, we will have the richest region will get more money, and poorest region will receive money. So it could have been like this, but we tried to make something easier to read, because it's really scientific and kind of more funny, to make people wants to use this application. So we thought to another way, which was using circles, which is kind of trendy. We saw many data visualization using circles, and the idea was to use the dimensions of the circle, so the diameter to have another dimension, which it will be how much will they give if they are red, so they will give money, and the bigger is the circle, the bigger money they will give. And if they receive money, it will be a green circle, and the bigger is the circle, the bigger money. And the idea was to get rid of one of the axes, and then to display everything on one axis. And so if the assumption is right, we should have so the biggest red circle on the right, where the richest region are, and on the left you should have the biggest green circle, when the region will receive more money because they are the poorest. Next slide. So now I will show you the application. I'm sorry I have to go there, show it live, and then we'll try to find the solution that was right. So here is the application we did. So the first on the first screen we displayed the data to have like a like the status. So we have 22 regions in France, and so on the green side you could see all the regions who receive money. So most of them receive not that much money. You can have the how much the exact numbers when you put the arrow of your mouse on it. And then on the right you have all the regions who give money. So for example this EDF, which is Ile-de-France, which is Paris and the region. So of course this is the richest region in France. So here we have like two different perequations. I don't explain the rules, it's not very interesting, but then we could see like for example in with such perequation there is some region who will give money, but with the other one they will receive money. So in the end the balance like the total is here. So here is the total of the two perequations. And so then so to show the data as I explained, to try to check this assumption. So here we have this axis. So with some region who the average money the people earn in the region is 10,998 euros, and in Paris, Ile-de-France, the average money is 16,000. And so we can see that, for example, the assumption is almost right. Like the first richest region are the one who gives more money. But for example, we can see there is some strange things like ALS, which is Alsace. So it's the fourth region, more richest region in France, and they receive money, for example. And we are in the other way. We have like Haute Normandy, HN, is region which is not that rich, it's more in the middle, and they give money. So then, okay, we are here. I'm just presenting the application. Then there is a journalist who will use this application and write a paper explaining why or exactly. But I wanted just to show this, and then we can so go deeper. For example, if you click on a region. Without internet connection. Okay, oh yeah, okay, it works. So then we can go through, and here you see like we have another level we call département, so it's like sub-region, and you can go through again and again. So, okay, that was the application. Let's continue to the slides. Okay, so come back. So, okay, so how to create such data visualization? So we use a library which is quite famous. It's called D3.js, and it's made by someone who now works at the New York Times. So New York Times is using a lot of such graphics. And to create such data with circles and animation, it's called force layout. So you could find easily, you just have to Google this and you find like some tutorials which explains how to do such graphics. Basically, it's really using some physics interactions. It's called like pseudo-gravity. So actually we are, the idea, I will try to explain this, so we give like a positive charge to every circles. That way they will like ripple themselves, and not every circle will like collapse. They will just be close, but without collapsing. And then to group all the circles at one point, we make like an invisible point with a negative charge. So every circle we have charged positively will go close to the circle, but because they are all charged positively, they will repel themselves. So basically, it's just physics. It's easy thing with such. We are learning this when we are 15, but actually it's quite useful there. And to make this simulation quite smooth, there is like friction coefficient, something invisible as well. So like the circles will go very fast, and because of this friction, it will go slowly and then stop. That's how it works. So of course, I haven't done this. It's everything is in this force layout. So there is a crazy guy who made all this, and then you just have to use it. So it's not that hard to use it, and I invite everybody to have a look on this fourth layout. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know, like share a few things with it because I think it could be useful. One of the things is many often I see some web apps, we have like one URL when you start, and then when you navigate inside the web apps, the URL doesn't change. And then the problem is if you are doing this, people can't really share like something after navigation. They can't share the current screen. So I think it's pretty important to change the URL each time the people navigate. For example, I won't show you again, but like each time you clicked on a circle or on a button to change the state, the URL was changing. And to do this, we have this kind of new HTML5 history API. So it's like a way for the browser to change the URL, to save the state, but without refreshing the browser. Then you can make such animation work smoothly, but you change the URL, and then you can easily share it on Facebook. And from this URL, you need to extract all the status. So each time someone launches the application, I will get every information. So I need the current view comes from here. Here I've got like which per equation I'm viewing, which level are we, which region we are seeing, and there is another, I didn't show you, but there is another parameter to change how we order data. So I think it should be like kind of a best practice because we all want that the people share your work, and you have to do this to make it work. And it's not that hard. Okay, and last thing. So yeah, the thing is very often I can hear that using such technology might be a problem because it doesn't work on very old Internet Explorer browser. And I think we shouldn't do this because yeah, we need to go forward and to use the new technology. But for people who really fear this, there is a system, and I had this problem with this client. His reader works for the government, so they all have old computers and old browser and everything. That's pretty classic. But there is something called Google Frame, and that it embeds the WebKit, so like Chrome browser, inside Internet Explorer. You can install it even without administration rights, so it's quite easy. Even if soon it will be deprecated, but it will still exist. And then with this, you can even use such technology in IE6. Which is pretty great. And the last thing is, not many people use CSS3, even if it's kind of old, but like I see many often some people using like shadows with PNG and everything, and that's not good because it's not that you can make very smooth animation. The weight of the page is very high, so if people will use, for example, mobile phone and everything, it will be very slow. So yeah, I think my advice is to use new technologies, and we should use it and force the web to go forward, and the people will use a very old browser to try to keep it up and go forward. I think that's it. Yeah, exactly. So soon you will find this presentation, the slide on the website. The code as well on this slide if you want to have fun with such animation. It's quite easy. There is a framework called Impress.js, and you can very easily make some slide with animations and everything. And yeah, you can follow us on Twitter. We didn't tweet a lot because it's brand new, but we will soon. That's it.
So I suggest we go and have some beers.